Good morning, children. Today's topic is time. So many of you told me to revise this top chapter again. So I'm going to revise this chapter again. Please follow the board for o'clock, half past and quarter past. The three topic, that is o'clock, half past and quarter past. How we will recognize the time if it is given to write. So the very easy way I am telling, whenever there is, you can see the clock is given, and in the clock, on the face of the clock, you can see 12 numbers are there. There are 12 numbers on the face of the clock, and it has mainly two hands. The long hand and the short hand. As we have two hands, the clock also has two hands. One is long hand, the other one is short hand. The long hand is known as minute hand. And the short hand is known as hour hand. So one is minute hand, the other one is hour hand. So it has two hands, minute hand and hour hand. The minute hands tell us about the minutes and the hour hand tells us about the hour. The short hand is the hour hand and the long hand is the minute hand. Now, when we are telling about the o'clock, whenever the long hand is at 12, it means it is o'clock. Whenever the long hand is at 12, we will treat it as o'clock. Whenever the long hand is at 12, we are going to treat it as o'clock. Now we can see the long hand is at 12, and then we are going to see the short hand. The short hand is at 9. That means 9 o'clock. We are going to tell it as 9 o'clock. Now, let us go to the long hand if it is coming to 6. If the long hand is at 6 and always if the long hand is at 6, the short hand will be between two numbers. So, if the long hand is at 6, it is the long hand. Now, if the long hand is at 6, always the short hand will be between two numbers. You remember this one. If the long hand is at 6, it is half past. So, if the long hand is at 6, it is half past. So, from here we can learn two things. If the long hand is at 12, it is o'clock. And if the long hand is at 6, it is half past. Whenever the long hand will be at 12, the short hand will be on any one number. And if the long hand is at 6, the short hand will be between two numbers. That means it is between 3 and 4. That means it has left 3 and it is going towards 4. That is, it is half past 3. The next one is the long hand if it is at 3. If the long hand is at 3, it means quarter past. Quarter means 1/4. That means the out of 4 part, 1 part. If you are dividing the clock into 4 parts, we can see 3 is the 1 part. This is the 1 part. So it has completed 1 part and it has gone to 3. That means it is quarter past. So what I told, and the number shorthand will be on any number. These are the three main things. Again I am repeating. If the long hand is at 12, it is o'clock. If the long hand is at 6, it is half past. And if the long hand is at 3, it is quarter past. So these three basic things you have to remember. Then the shorthand comes. If the long hand is at 12, the shorthand will be always on any number. And we are going to read on that number only. If it is on 9, we will tell 9 o'clock. If it is at 8, we will tell 8 o'clock. If it is on 6, we are going to tell 6 o'clock. That means the shorthand is on any number and the long hand is at 12. Let us go to the next one, that is half past. Half past means the number I told already, it will be on 6 and the shorthand will be between two numbers. So if the shorthand is between 2 and 3, that means it has passed 2, that means half past 2. If the shorthand is between 4 and 5, that means it has passed 4, it is going to 5, that means half past 4. Again, if the shorthand is between 10 and 11, it has passed 10 and going to 11, that means half past 10. So whenever it is passing the number, then we are going to tell that number only. Now come to the quarter past. Quarter past means the long hand will be at 3 and the shorthand will be on any number. So if the long hand is at 3 and the shorthand is at 4, that means quarter past 4. If the long hand is at 3 and the shorthand is at 9, that means quarter past 9. Now, o'clock can be written as ... 00. Quarter past means we are going to tell the number and after that we are going to fill 15. And the half past, after dot we are going to write 30. That means this side is hour hand and this one is minute. Here we are going to fill the hour and this one is minute. Here it is minute and the hour hand we are going to fill. That means the first column we are going to fill the shorthand. The first column we are going to fill the shorthand and after dot we are filling the long hand. This concept you remember, there will be no mistake. Okay? Thank you children.